where our correspondent Gwendoline Debono is standing by. Gwendoline, 4 weeks into this conflict, Ukrainian forces, they're still holding firm, but how much longer can they continue to do so? What's your reading of the current situation?
Well, for sure, the Ukrainian forces are holding their position and they are fighting really hard. I will give you an example. Yesterday, I was in the city of Irpin, which is the closest front to the capital, Kyiv, and we talked with an Ukrainian soldier, and he told us that the fact that they are still fighting in the city 1 month after the beginning of the Russian offensive is already a victory, because the city did not fall quickly. The Ukrainian forces are holding, they are still able to launch counterattack. We see them, they take the time to build their defense lines. So what we saw on the ground is Russian troops increasingly in defensive position. So they hit more and more with artillery. But for example, in the western front, so near this town of Irpin, the Russian troops are fighting mostly in order not to be cut off from the supply line. So yes, 1 month after the Russian offensive begin, we see that what is taking shape today is more and more a war of attrition.
And Gwendoline, also when you were in the city of Irpin, you spent some time travelling around there with some volunteer medics. Tell us a little bit more about what you saw there when you were working with them.
Yes, we were with ambulance workers, mostly volunteers. They are doctors, nurses who drive all day long in very dangerous places in order to provide first aid to the people or to evacuate people. They do with the means at hand. They did not, for example, have an armored vehicle at all. So yesterday we were with them in the city of Irpin. According to the mayor, we met 5,000 inhabitants are still blocked in the city of Irpin. The mayor told us that mostly they are elderly people, and it's true. But yesterday we see still some children being evacuated, and what it strikes you right away is how their skin is pale, because those children mostly stay in the basement because the artillery fire is really strong in the city. So the ambulance workers tried to go to pick them up. 2 weeks ago, it was still possible for civilians there to evacuate by foot, and it was still possible for the paramedics to go further into the city to pick them up. Today, it is just unthinkable. Yesterday, when we were there, we witnessed a salvo of mortars, like around 10 mortars in 5 minutes, but we also heard heavy machine gun and rifle fire, which shows that there is still heavy fighting in the city of Irpin.